Yep. You already know what it is. Southpaw Talk with Southpaw Slick. And today's video is a question coming from one of my male Instagram followers. And he asked me, what makes a black man corny? And the reason why he asked me this question is because I'm sure you guys are aware, Michael B. Jordan recently came out and said that back during his adolescent years, he was considered corny and used to get made fun of. And L'Oreal, she said that she used to go to school with him back in the day. And that's the talk of the town right now, at least on social media. So what makes a black man corny? Well, based on the comments I've seen, I'm going to link one of the Facebook posts in the description. Based on one of the comments I've seen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, things that make a black man corny is usually a black man that isn't a walking stereotype. If you're a dude that has no baby moms, no prison record, not nefarious or criminal minded, no swag, socially awkward, nerdy, into unconventional things. And when I say unconventional, things that aren't black, like geek culture, science fiction, just stuff that aren't things that are token black things. You know what I mean? Like playing spades, drinking Hennessy, smoking weed, listening to rap music, and the occasional R&B and reggae, and maybe gospel. You know, you listen to alternative rock, you listen to country, you listen to techno or house music, you know, stuff like that. That's what makes you corny to a lot of black people, in particular women, even though a lot of them are saying otherwise. A lot of them are saying otherwise, that it's okay for a black guy to be nerdy, as long as he's not the stereotypical nerd. You know, like Jaleel White or Alfonso Ribeiro, or their characters, Steve Urkel and Carlton Banks, respectively. Like those kind of guys, Wayne Brady, you know, or like Bryant Gumbel, you know, like those kind of black dudes are corny to most black people, right? But mostly the criticism has been coming from women, because they talk about Michael B. Jordan saying or calling himself corny. It doesn't really matter because he dates white women primarily anyway, so they can have his corny ass. You know, that's the way they're looking at him. But then again, you have somebody like Barack Obama, right? He would have been considered corny if he wasn't who he was. You know what I mean? Like I said, he carries himself a certain way. You know, he's more sophisticated. He speaks very eloquently. He has a more whitewashed appearance, even though I don't agree with that. Like I said, he's married to a black woman, got black kids, he did his black part. That's it. Now his presidency, that's a different thing. But we're talking about him as an individual. Me, I'm cool with Barack Obama. I like Barack Obama as a person. As a president, not too much. But somebody like him, Nick Cannon, is another one that a lot of people consider corny. You know, he has no swag, he has no game. You know, he's kind of too goofy. You know what I mean? His fake photep bullshit, you know, with the turban on his head, trying to be pro-black, but moving completely different than how he should be. For example, the two guys on my shirt, which I didn't even realize I was going to do this video prior to wearing this, who I hold in high regard, Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. These are not corny black men whatsoever. Yeah, you could say Malcolm X is a little bit more of an intellectual. Not that Muhammad Ali is not intelligent himself, but he's more of, you know, the shit talking, but I can back it up type dude. You know what I mean? He's cool, but he's cocky but confident. And that's probably what most women gravitate towards. And then you have somebody like Malcolm X, but Malcolm X wasn't soft either. You know what I mean? Like, let's not get that twisted. Just because he was an intellectual doesn't mean he was soft. Far from it. To me, he was just as tough, if not tougher, than Muhammad Ali. The only difference is he was able to showcase it in the ring. Him, he showcased it verbally. That's the difference. But I'm glad I wore this shirt now. Now that I'm looking at the camera. These two guys are basically, I think, most black men should be. To be honest. A combination of the two. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is subjective. That's why it's kind of difficult to answer definitively. But going back to Michael B. Jordan, me, myself, I really don't pay him any mind outside of movies. So I can't really like speak on how he moves in his personal life. You know, I'm like, yeah, you've seen him date a lot of white and non-black women. The only one really you've seen him with is Lori Harvey, that you can actually, you know, use as a reference. I mean, I'm sure he's been with a black woman in the past, but those are like black women you don't know. You know, just a woman around the way. I'm saying, but as far as a known black woman, I think she's the only one pretty much. I said that alone makes him corny to a lot of black women. And now you're starting to see black women and other women now too going along with him. It's like once he revealed that about himself, now he's not the sexiest man alive anymore. He's just a cornball. You know what I mean? Like the tweet that was on the Facebook post, it was like, yeah, Michael B. Jordan, he's kind of cute or whatever, but he has no edge. He has no swag. Like he looks like he's too responsible. Like he would have his birth certificate. Like that's a bad thing. You know, that's ridiculous to me. That's very telling. I'm saying that you would write some stupid shit like that. But yeah, I'm saying stuff that make a black man corny. It's anything could be corny. I'm saying to some women, being a bum is corny. You can be nerdy, you can be socially awkward, but not having no money, that makes you corny. Not having any ambition, that makes you corny. You know what I mean? Not moving up in life, that makes you corny. Being complacent, that's what makes you corny. And I agree with that. Not having a backbone, that's what makes you corny. Not speaking your mind, that's what makes you corny. Now, with most of those, I agree with. Most of those, I agree with. I'm saying being nerdy, being into geeky shit, making you corny, I don't agree with that. Because me, myself, that's what I'm into. Even though I've been criticized for that, like in the past, I will say that, and mostly from black women, I will say that. I'll be lying to say otherwise. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, a black man, it's like you have to have a monolithic mindset. It's like you have to be, you know, like hyper masculine. You have to be street savvy. You have to be gooned up. You know, like I'm saying, we already have too many Kodak Blacks. We need more Malcolm X's. You know what I mean? Or Barack Obamas. Another one that most dudes consider corny, but women don't, is Russell Wilson. I said I've been talking about this guy a lot lately, right? But yeah, Russell Wilson. To me, he's corny. But not because of who he is, like the way he carries himself. He's corny for wifing up Sierra. That's what makes him corny to me. But outside of that, dudes look at him like he is bland too. I will say that. He is bland. Like he doesn't have like a lot of swag, you know. And his fashion sense is not that great. You know, that's another thing that makes dudes corny. It's not having good fashion sense. Like today, I'm dressed a little bit better than I usually am. Like how I would dress outside of work. You know what I mean? It's Friday, so. And, you know, I got to make some moves afterwards. But anyway, like I said, Russell Wilson would be somebody a lot of dudes would consider corny, but not women. And the only reason being is because, once again, a lot of them see themselves in Sierra. The ones that are in the same predicament that she was in. You know, having a child with a piece of shit dude and having an exceptional guy pick up the scrap. That's what makes him cool to a lot of women, especially single mothers. I'm saying it's like, oh yeah, now he's cool. Oh, he's the finest thing in the world. But like I said, if he was just a regular dude, not an NFL player, had no social status, no money, most women wouldn't look at him twice. Even though he's considered physically attractive, he doesn't have all the other characteristics that would make him really attractive. You could say you find him attractive, but you're not attracted to him. Basically, that would be Russell Wilson if he was a regular guy, and I'm assuming Michael B. Jordan as well, especially now. But like I'm saying, I really can't like speak on him like because I haven't seen him really like I haven't really watched any interviews. I haven't seen him like do any vlogs. You know, I haven't seen him outside of movies. In the movies, of course, he looks cool. Why? Because he's a great actor. That's what great actors do. They look cool in the movie, or they play the hell of whatever role they were given. You know, like Forrest Gump for Tom Hanks. Yeah, he played somebody that was, mentally challenged. He would have been considered actually corny. Like the character is corny, but the actor isn't. Now Michael B. Jordan could be the opposite. He's cool as fuck as Adonis Creed, right? But he can be Steve Urkel in real life. You know what I mean? Yes, I know he's in the anime and manga and all that, but like I said, that by default doesn't make you corny. So I think subjectively, maybe objectively, the things that make black men corny is having no swag, not being stereotypically black, into like hip hop and, being nefarious minded, being a jailbird, having a whole bunch of baby moms, all the stereotypes associated with us. Basically, Jody from Baby Boy. That's what I mean by walking stereotype. If you're not like that, you're socially awkward, have no swag, can't dress, bad hygiene, which that's just anything. That corny or not, nobody should have bad hygiene. But break's about to be over. I definitely want to talk about this more, but my time is limited. Southpaw Slick, I'm out.